Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. So this morning I'll continue to talk on the subject of religion and belief, and why I do this is because I believe we need to maintain our akidah. So by talking to you on the subject of religion based on the Quran and Sunnah, we will get the akidah that is right. If we get our akidah right, akidah is the fundamental belief that characterize we being Muslim. If we get our akidah right means a straight path as mentioned in the first surah of the Al-Quran. So again, what is the straight path? The path that was adopted by the people that Allah had given favor to. Who are these people? This is no other than His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion. So there is no other way we can get the right akidah or the straight path other than following the teaching of His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the belief of the messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion. So as I have been telling you, if we get our akidah right, there is a chance that we will attain paradise. If we get our akidah or belief wrong, then there is very little chance that we will attain paradise. So the people who attain paradise are the lucky ones, or the successful people in the life of thereafter. Mentioned in the surah or sentence that I have read to you, they are the people who got the guidance, and they are the people who are successful in the thereafter. So to achieve this, we have to make an effort. We have to make an effort and use our brain to think of the way forward. So I have been telling you one of the way forward is for me to talk on the subject of religion and belief, and hopefully we achieve to be successful in the day or thereafter, for the person who talk and for the person who are interested in listening the talk. So it is a mutual benefit for the people who give the talk and for the people who listen to the talk. So this has been going on for weeks, and I have covered, and lastly I have covered on finding the sentences related to Aqidah. We have completed looking into opening surah Al-Fatihah. Now we are on the second surah Al-Baqarah. Yesterday, I think previously, I have completed the opening of the second surah, which starts with Alif Lam Mim. I think what is regarded as the opening, we have covered that as well. Actually, we gone further and we come to reading the third page of the Al-Quran, and I have made a print of the third page because I'm not an Hafiz who memorize all the sentences of the Quran. So I need this printed copy to help me reading the sentences in the Quran. I think yesterday we talked based on the subheading of the translation, and I have been talking about the group of unbelievers, which is on sentence 6 and 7. I'd like to iterate again the story of Abu Lahab. What is interesting in the story of Abu Lahab is the revelation in the Quran that tell that Abu Lahab will be sent to hell. When this revelation came down, Abu Lahab was still alive, he was still around, he was still walking around in the street of Mecca. And we Muslim read the revelation regularly, even in the time when we do salat or prayer. At times we read this revelation of Surah Al-Masad, Surah Al-Masad. Let me look at it in more detail and let me read it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tabbat yada Abi Lahab wa tab. So what does it mean? Destroy you, both of your hand, and you yourself will be destroyed. So that is more or less the meaning of Tabbat yada Abi Lahab wa tab. Wa ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. So what is the second sentence means? Your wealth and what you have done are of no use. Tabbat yada Abi Lahab wa tab. Ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. Sayasla naran zata lahab. Meaning you will be led to hell where the fire is roaring high. And umrahatuhu wa malatal khataf. So be your wife, which is the barrier of firewood. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tabbat yada Abi Lahab wa tab. Fi jidiha hablum min masad. So that's last sentence means her neck will be tied with rope made from husk. So that is the surah regarding the future of Abu Lahab, the unbelievers, and he was also the enemy of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the enemy of Muslim. Actually, the first 10 years of the Prophet life when he was in Mecca was quite dangerous. Dangerous meaning that there were persecution of Muslim in Mecca, and few of them were even died because of the persecution of these hardcore unbelievers. And that's why many Muslims in Mecca were what we call secret Muslim. There were even attempts to kill the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Allah promised to look after the life of the Prophet is such that the Prophet refused to offer the service of bodyguard by the Muslim. Several times people try to kill the Prophet by throwing a big stone on the Prophet from a high place. So even a person climb the Kaaba carrying himself with a stone and threw the stone at the Prophet when the Prophet was prostrating. When the person threw the stone, angel came to hold the stone, and only drop the stone when the Prophet was away from the spot. Throwing the stone or attempting to throw it to kill the Prophet by throwing stone had, I remember, occurred 3 times. One was by the Jew, 2 was from the Arab. One was near the Kaaba, one was in the camp, one was near the wall, the fortress of the Jew when he was going to see the Jew, and Prophet Muhammad was sitting at the base of the wall. A Jew climbed up with a stone and threw the stone, and somehow Prophet Muhammad, he went away from the spot, and the stone, he went away from the spot. I can't remember whether he actually threw the stone or he was unable to, because the Prophet, like he knew what happened above, and he went away from the spot. On the second one, when he was in the camp, someone climbed up the camp, and from the middle of the camp there is normally a hole, and then this guy, I think at that time the Prophet was leaning on the post, and the person who were up there about to throw stone on the prophet. But at that time, prophet suddenly feel that he wanted to urinate, so he went out quickly to urinate, and the person above wanted to throw the stone, was unable to do because prophet was no longer on the spot where he wanted to throw the stone. Okay, I will tell you another story of an attempt to kill the prophet later. So I think I'd like to go to the next topic or heading. So the next heading is the group of munafikin or the pretenders. So it start on sentence 8. So to get the barakah, let me read sentence 8 in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa minan nasi may yaqulu amanna billahi wa bil yawmil akhirati wa ma hum bimu'minin. Sadaqallahul azim. Okay, let's see what it means. Sentence number 8. Among the people there are people who said, we believe in Allah in the day of judgment. Verily, they don't believe. So they say they believe, but actually they don't believe. So next sentence, they want to cheat Allah and the people and the believers. In actuality, they are only cheating themselves, and they don't realize what they had done. So next sentence, in their heart there is a sickness of doubt and jealousy. Then Allah increase the sickness to them, and later they will get the punishment that is severe because of they are cheating. Next sentence, when it is said to them, don't you make destruction on earth. Then they will say, verily, we are the people who are doing good, not destruction. Next sentence. Be away. Actually, they are the people who are doing destruction in this world, but they had not realized what they are doing. Next sentence. When it is said to them, believe you as the people of large belief, then they answer, should we believe as the people who are stupid believe? Then be away. They are the people who are stupid, but they have not realized there are the people who are stupid. Next sentence. Then when they meet among themselves or with their group, then next sentence 14. Then when they meet the people who believe, they say, we believe. But however, when they go back to the Satan, their leader, the Satan or their leader, then they say, honestly, we are firmly with you. Actually, we are only making fun of the people who believe. Next sentence. Allah will make fun on them and leave them. In lost way. Next sentence. They are the people who buy lost way and leave the guidance. Then their business is not gainful, and they are the people who not get guidance. So I have read to you the translation of the subheading in the group of people of munafikin or the pretenders. So now we try to look into the actual thing we see with regard to the revelation that I've just read to you. The striking point is that they are doing destruction. These pretenders are doing destruction on earth. I've seen this actually in politics in a country, and I follow up what happened, and what is happening. Actually, that country had a good leader, very successful and prosperous country. But what happened was there was jealousy to this capable man of leading the country. So just now we had already mentioned the word jealousy. I think I'll look again. Jealousy and disbelief or belief that is not strong. Belief that is not strong is considered as non-believing in Islam. So it will not be counted as believing. So it's mentioned, if we believe in the thereafter, it must be a belief that is certain. The belief that's only 50% believe, 50% not, will not be counted as believing. So these people believe only half or maybe, and also overwhelmed by the jealousy. So what happened was this successful leader was subjected to jealousy. So this munafikin, why I say they are munafikin, because they had done a big sin, consistently a big sin. So the big sin is defamation. Defamation is a big sin. So why people prepare to do this big sin? Because in their heart they don't believe So there is no fear of Allah in their heart, and they carry out this defamation in a big way. So with that defamation, in the end they manage to topple the good leader. Not only that, defamation was a terrible one. So what happened? The toppled leader was replaced by the people who had carried out this defamation. Then now I see it that the people who had made this defamation was assigned as leader because the good leader had been toppled. But what happened was the country was chaotic, meaning that the destruction of the country was seen. And the prosperity that were expected from the good leader had gone. So we see actually the destruction. So who had done this destruction is the people who carry out defamation, which is a big sin. And why they carry out this big sin? Because they are or could be in the category of munafikin. Okay, so this revelation is actually seen in the world that we are in. So there are many examples of this, that the munafikin had done the destruction, but then they say they are doing good because of the defamation. They were able to influence people that the good leader is a bad one. He had done things which had been bad for the country, but later it was proven what this good leader was doing was actually good thing, not bad thing. So we have seen the destruction done by this munafikin, and this revelation of the Quran is the truth. I think with that story, I like to leave you. Thank you very much for listening.